to talk about it, it's Philadelphia's #1 hockey beat writer. It is Charlie O'Connor. How you doing tonight, Chuck?
Doing good, Bill. Can you hear me okay?
I got you. Look at this. Man, look how
So.
far we've come. It all worked on the first try for the beginning of our season here, Charlie. All right, I have to get to the most important thing first. The question on everyone's mind: how were the hot dogs?
I did not have a hot dog. They look good. It seemed like they were getting positive reviews. I did not have a hot dog.
JP called it. He said you're a healthy guy. You weren't going to hit the hot dog stand. All right, Charlie.
Exactly.
You've been
trying to eat healthy, William.
It's hockey season. We don't have to eat healthy. You've been doing this for a while, Chuck. You're no stranger to preseason hockey. It didn't look as if the building was full tonight, but it did seem as if the crowd was pretty into it. Was it different in the Wells Fargo Center tonight? Was there a buzz?
Yeah, there was a buzz. It certainly wasn't anywhere close to being full. I'll tell you that. But, yeah, people seemed excited. It seemed like a good atmosphere when Matvei Michkov scores the empty net goal and jumps into the boards. Yeah, people were excited. I think people are. It wasn't a sellout by any means, but I think people are excited. Yeah.
We got to talk about Michkov and his debut. I was just saying before you came on, every little thing, and I'm not criticizing anyone because I'm doing it too. I'm tweeting out eggplant emojis every time he completes a pass. But he is an exciting player, and the style he plays, man, he is looking to get the puck into a dangerous area no matter what. I realize it's just preseason, but this kid's going to rack up points even though he's not a complete player yet by any means. Is that what you're seeing out of him?
Yeah, I think the really exciting part for me about Michkov right now is that this isn't even his full complement of skills. The passing is translating quicker than anything else, and that's been the exciting part. You're seeing him attack the high danger areas, find his line mates in spots they're not even at yet. Like, the anticipation and the vision has been there. What we really haven't seen yet is his eye for goals. He obviously scores the empty netter, but he hasn't been personally himself attacking the high danger areas as much as I think he ultimately will when he really figures this thing out. But what's exciting is that even before he figures that out, I think he's going to put up a lot of assists because the passing is already there.
It's really stupendous to watch right now. The little subtle moves. I made a John Beebe reference, master of the pass on Twitter early in the game. But we've talked so much about Michkov's hockey IQ and the idea that he just thinks the game at a genius level, especially offensively. Is that, when we say that, is that like the play he makes in the neutral zone to spring that 2-on-1, just finding that soft spot and getting the puck to where it needs to be, and just anticipating Cam York before he's even in the zone to eventually set up EJ's goal? Like, is that what we are talking about when we're talking about hockey IQ?
Yeah, I'm thinking back to a play he made, I believe it was in the first period, when he passed the puck to a spot and let Owen Tippett catch up to it and then have speed as he's going in on the attack. Those are the kind of plays where, like, you can be a good passer and you can be accurate and you can pass the puck to a guy who's open. Michkov is like a quarterback who leads guys open, and that's the exciting part. That's hockey IQ in my mind.
Yeah, it was just like a conversation I was in and out of on Twitter. Like, to me, vision is like Claude Giroux sees Jake Voracek and he's like, I can get this puck over there because he's that good of a passer. And he does. IQ is like, I can get this where it needs to go even though no one else sees it. And that's what I'm seeing out of Michkov right now. And it's very exciting. Got to talk about Jett Luchanko. And it's you and I think I saw one of your tweets about how he didn't really knock the door down tonight, but those little parts of his game are so evident. He's great in board battles. He's fast, obviously. The penalty killing, all that stuff is there. So I want to ask you, do you think Luchanko has to just kill it to make this team? Or are they looking like he has to give them a reason to send him back? Like, which way do you think it's leaning right now?
I truly can't say for certain. My guess is that he has to bang the door down because, again, he's 18 years old. He just turned 18 in August. This is not a guy like last year. In retrospect, Tyson Forrester just needed to have a decent camp to make the team because of what he showed the year before when he had his audition. He got Torts all excited. They loved the details, and he was over 20. He'd had some time. Whereas with Luchanko, he's not obviously ready. I think he needs to make the decision really, really hard for this team. And look, I asked Rocky Thompson after the game what his thoughts were on Luchanko, and he said he thought Luchanko was good. But then he also said he wasn't anything special. Now, maybe that would have been enough for Tyson Forster last year. I think it was. I think Tyson Forster had a good camp, not a special camp. That was enough to get him on the team. But he was 21 years old. He had already played a year in the AHL. That made sense. For Luchanko, I think to overcome the fact that he is so young and he can be easily sent back to juniors for more seasoning, I do think he does have to bang the door down, or at least if I was running the team, I would say he has to bang the door down. And while I don't think he was bad tonight, I don't think he put a dent in the door. I think he might have jiggled the handle a little bit, but I don't think he put a dent in the door tonight.
We'll get into this tomorrow. We have our regular show at 4:00 tomorrow, and I am very into both sides of this Luchanko debate. During pregame, I decided that I am on the keep him up here, or at least give him the 9 games wagon. But I'm very interested to get deeper into it with you tomorrow. I'm going to go back to Michkov for a second, though, Charlie, because I forgot to ask this a second ago. Is he right now, Matvei Michkov, the best puck handler on the team in terms of just maintaining possession through pressure or traffic?
Yeah, I think so. But and it's mostly just because the rest of the team, like no one else in the team is elite at it. Like Morgan Frost has dangles. He can make moves, but he gives the puck up. He can get stripped of the puck and whatnot. Sean Couturier, I think peak Sean Couturier was really, really good at puck handling. I don't think he's quite there anymore. Maybe he'll get back there this year now that he's healthy. I guess we'll see. There are moves that Michkov can do that other guys in this team wouldn't even dream of trying in an NHL game. And the fact that he's trying them out and nailing them in preseason games, I think it speaks to both his skill and his confidence. Those are two things you need to be able to make plays like that. So, yeah, I think so. I think that's fair to say.
I want to switch gears, talk about Sam Ersson tonight. First, were you surprised Peterson didn't come in relief in like the first action, like just give him 40 minutes, and it was pretty heavy workload, 25 shots through 2. Are you a little surprised Cal didn't come in for the third?
You mean AHL number 3 goalie Cal Peterson? No, I was not shocked at all that he is not being prioritized by an organization that probably is like wishing they could send him to the ECHL now that Alexei Kolosov is here. No, I was not shocked at all.
It's not even about prioritizing Cal. It was more just like 25 shots, 40 minutes. That's pretty good for a first game out for Sam. But no, I was happy to see he got to close out the shutout, ends up with 37 saves. How important do you think this performance was for Ersson to kind of just put last year behind him and at least start the preseason on a really strong note?
Well, when we talked to him after the game, he more or less said it wasn't that important to him. Now, of course, guys lie all the time. It might have been extremely important to him. I truly do not know. I can't put myself in the head of Sam Ersson. I think it may have been more important to the fans, truthfully. Like, he just wants to have a good camp. He seems like he's a confident guy. He believes in himself. There were a lot of fans, though, that became out on Sam Ersson because of the way the second half went. And I think this was nice it was nice for me because I don't have to argue with Ersson haters as much for a couple days after this performance, because a lot of people, particularly online, tend to evaluate the goalie based on the last time they saw the goalie play. And the impression that he gave them over the final month and a half of the season, I guess with the exception of the final 2 games when he played quite well, was not good. And that stuck in their heads all summer. This maybe serves as a reminder that, yeah, this kid can play. And it's a preseason game. It doesn't matter that much. But, hey, if it turns people back onto the Sam Ersson train just a little bit more, I'm in favor because I think he's a good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking forward to him hopefully getting a normal year where even if he starts the same number of games, they don't come like 31 out of 36 and he's just gassed and has no chance. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do if they can check that goalie box. That's just one more thing en route to wrapping up this rebuild and getting on the road to contention. I want to talk to defensemen tonight, Charlie. York and Sanheim, they're the number one pair. We know what they can do. Good year last year for both of them. Eric Johnson, we know what he is, the Mark Stahl replacement. But then the other three in the lineup tonight, Andre Ginning and Granz, all working to break through to become full-time NHLers. Any of the three make a case for themselves tonight, did you think?
Ginning, no. I don't think he helped his case much at all. We actually asked Rocky Thompson about all three after the game, and Thompson gave pretty frank evaluations of their games. He said he liked Andre and Granz's game. He thought Ginning got off to a good start and then became mistake prone. He said he fought through it, so he liked the fact that he fought through it. But I've already written on my part on Ginning in my article coming after this game, and it was not complimentary. I thought he kind of squandered an opportunity to build on what apparently is a lead, the clubhouse lead. I thought he maybe didn't blow it. It wasn't as bad as the Adder performance, but I thought he had an opportunity to take a lead and run with it. He didn't. On the other side, I thought Andre had a deceptively strong game. It wasn't flashy, but I thought he had a legitimately good game, made good plays with the puck. I thought he was strong away from the puck. He looked strong in battles along the boards. He was not physical, but he didn't get bullied, which was good. Bronze, I was not terribly impressed by, but it seems like they were. Thompson specifically named Bronze someone who he liked. My thing with Bronze, and again, this is his style, he was largely on a pair with Adam Ginning. I don't like that he let Ginning be the lead on that pair. Like, Adam Ginning is not a great puck. And if you are deferring to Adam Ginning, that worries me a little bit because it's like, okay, if you think Ginning is better than you and you think he should be the one driving the play, then who would you be on a pair with where you didn't think you thought you should be the one driving the play? Because Ginning is a stay-at-home defensive defenseman, and you basically were like, hey, you do all the puck movement. So I think he was fine in coverage, but to me, he was just a little passive for my liking. Whereas I thought Andre had a strong game, maybe his strongest, might have been the strongest game I've seen him play, including the rookies, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought Ginning was a failed clear machine tonight, just handling the puck like a freaking grenade, generating that defense, as we like to say. Just a couple more here for you, Charlie. Oscar Eklund, Rodrigo Abels, any of the intriguing offseason additions stand out to you at all?
Well, Eklund stood out to me, but not in a good way. He was real bad. He was not good. And Rocky Thompson did not shy away from the fact that Eklund was not good. He straight up said after the game that he was bad. He made mention that it seems like he's still trying to adjust to the North American game, a new location, new style, but he was not good. I thought Abels was fine. I don't think he was amazing or anything, but he was fine. He was solidly decent, I would say. Eklund, however, if he had any chance of making the team before this game, I think that's gone. It wasn't quite Ronnie Adder level of performance, but it was pretty bad.
Charlie, 2-2-on-1s for Owen Tippett. He passes on both of them. What world are we living in?
Well, it was a world where I asked him after the game, and it was a world where he was trying to get Matvei Michkov a goal. He straight up said, yeah, it was his first home game. We've been giving him, apparently Konechny, because of course he has been giving him crap because Michkov didn't score on Sunday. It's like, you haven't gotten your goal yet, so he's been ragging on him. So Tippett was apparently trying to get Michkov the goal, and they got him a goal, so it all worked out.
I honestly thought the post shot was more impressive than the goal itself, but I like that he's out there in that situation, and it's like a save, man. You end the game. He's the player of the game. Any other interesting coach comments before we let you out of here tonight, Chuck?
Not really. I think we pretty much nailed all the players that Thompson talked about. He was, as I said, very frank about his view on how everybody played. He was obviously very complimentary of Michkov. He thought he was great. You know, the way he uses line mates, everything like that. I think Michkov, especially from the second period on, was really, really good. And I will say, I got to say this because I found this very funny. The first I wish I could say the first of very few, but it's Flyers Twitter, so there will be more. I had the first person come into my mentions midway through the third period saying, "Yeah, Michkov looks like he's going to be good, but you guys overhyped him. He's not that great." So that made me laugh, and I basically just responded with LMAO, and then he came with another thing, and then I just responded with K, because you know what? If you're making sweeping observations about whether Matvei Michkov is transcendent or not off of 2 preseason games, go touch grass, buddy.
All right, Chuck. I will. We will talk tomorrow at 4 o'clock, our normal time. People were disappointed there was no show today to talk Kolosov and Johansson, but plenty of time to do that, and Michkov and Luchanko and everything tomorrow. I will see you then, my friend.
Sounds good. Thanks, Bill.